The marginal utility theory that we covered in the earlier discussion is based on a crucial assumption that consumers are acting rationally in taking decisions about their spending and consumption, and they are set out to maximize their utility. However, recent advances in behavioral economics have suggested that this is not always the case. Behavioral economics is the branch of economic analysis which recognizes that the psychology of human decision making is more complex than the simple desire to maximize utility. People do not always focus on purely economic influences but may act on impulse or in response to their feelings, and this can lead to take decisions about their spending that cannot be explained by utility maximization. For example, they may decide to do charities or may buy more of a good than otherwise suggested by the rational economic behavior only because they may see some good offers, or they might have some emotional moment, or something has convinced them that this might be a good buy. So, what behavioral economics suggests is that when it comes to resource allocation and the correction of market failure, it is important to look at actual behavior of people in an economy rather than rely on the traditional approach of utility, which suggests that consumers are always behaving rationally. Nudge theory is a particularly good example of this behavioral insight into economic behavior. The theory is based on the idea that the economic behavior of people can be nudged in a particular direction. The origin of the idea of nudge theory is associated with the professor Richard Thaler of University of Chicago, who has argued that government may be able to use nudge theory or to nudge people towards taking decisions and adopting behaviors that the authorities want to encourage. In other words, the knowledge of the behavior of the people can result in us to make or design, for example, policies that can help people to do something which is good for them and something which is good for the society. One thing to understand is that nudging is very different from a force policy. In a nudge, we are only trying to use the social behavior and psychological behavior of people to make policies that can encourage people to do something which is responsible. A good example of this is where shops are encouraged to display healthy foods in more prominent positions to promote impulse buying. The idea has also been used to develop campaigns that foster good behavior. For example, when you say, pick your own litter, it's kind of a message that will remind people to behave properly, or even having signs that say, that there are CCTV cameras overlooking them. All of this can persuade people to be responsible. Similarly, during COVID 19, many governments had encouraged people to comply with the official recommendations about behavior because it was socially responsible to do so. We were asked to wear masks, wash our hands, keep social distancing. All of this comes under the nudge theory, where you are trying to make people behave in a socially responsible manner.